Welcome back everyone, and good to talk to you once again. Thank you very much for tuning in. Before I'm gonna talk about the tier 7 cruiser, I would like to mention there is an article that released yesterday by Wargaming that has been changed the British heavy cruiser line. So what's the change? They actually buffed slightly their DPM, or damage per minute, or reload of the main guns. For the tier 7, Wargaming decides to buff them from 13 seconds to 12.5. The tier 8, there are two ships, one premium one and one silver tech 3. Both of them, they will have 13 seconds in reload from 14 versus 15 seconds. So they will always have, both of them, 13 seconds reload time. And for the Drake, the tier 9 British super heavy cruisers with 234mm guns, they actually nerfed the guns from 16.5 to 18.5 in reload. And for the Goliath, I apologize if I butchered the name, the tier 10 oncoming British super heavy cruiser, they buff her from 19.5 to 19 seconds. But you may argue that the reload is kind of a high for tier 9 and tier 10, but trust me, they are like a small conqueror. There isn't a ship cruiser in the game with higher percentage to put your enemy on fire like the tier 9 and 10. All those with 234mm guns, and the Notzer used to say they have one of the best HE penetration. You never need IFH shield skilled in build. Something also else I would like to say that they have better DPM than the Italian Gorizia. I was shocked yesterday because just suddenly a new ship came to my port. I don't know how do I get her, but I do believe that I played. I don't even know where do I start and receive this ship. Probably I just completed the missions without noting them, but just like that. I will actually make next video a replay how I played my very first battle. So guys, first thing is first, I will talk about all tier 7 ships, cruisers only. One of my subscriber, and please let this awesome subscriber and captain, Zerra, I kind of struggle with cruisers. Let me know which cruiser line should I go for, how can I do well with cruisers, and which one are the stronger, which one are the weakest, and so on. For that answer, my dear subscriber, I would like to say that playing cruisers today, it's hard. It's extremely hard, and especially that you do not have heal, you don't have range, and you definitely does not have any armor. You are just a support, and I do believe the biggest mistake of some cruisers captain, they are YOLOing before battleships. I know sounds kind of weird, guys, but if you take the role of a battleship, you will instantly delete it by the enemy and you will go back to port. While you are a support, you try to use your islands and trying to be a support for your team. You're not, I repeat, you are not the one who can tank, because most of the tier 7s, besides very few of them, they do not have heal. And of course, you may argue the Italian that have smoke, but trust me what I'm gonna say right now. The Italians smoke will last so short time. I'm talking about for the tier 7 and down. You only have probably in the best case 3 salvos, and that's it. 3 salvos, guys, that's it. The tier 7s, we're going to decide the British tier 7 Royal Navy super heavy cruiser will have way better DPM than this one. And by the way, she has AP and HE, pretty high chance, 15% to put your enemy on fire, stock, without captain, without anything. So let's talk about the Italian, 15 seconds. The problem is, I would like to say, there are two kinds of ships. The one which they do not fulfill the role of a cruiser, guys. What is a cruiser? And this is the main question to all of my viewers. A cruiser, it's a DPM monster. A cruiser, it's a destroyer killer. A cruiser is a AA fleet escort. In AA cover your battleship. And a cruiser, it's a ship that provides support for the battleship and ally. If a cruiser does not fulfill all those requirements, then it's a joke of a cruiser. Alright, so in my honestly opinion, I do believe that they lack in DPM the Italian one. They are too big, too squishy, and too, shall I say, I mean, the guns are great, don't get me wrong, I like the guns. The guns are 900 meters per second, they are pinpoint. If you know how to aim, the guns are definitely over there. The problem is, if a battleship is going brawling like this, then if you don't hit perfectly the superstructure, you will do close to 0 damage. And even if you change back to AP, what kind of damage? Because you know the AP are garbage. What I'm trying to say, guys, that the Italian are not any good cruiser. So what kind of cruiser do I recommend? Definitely the Japanese ones. You see, the Japanese ones, even though the reload are, you know, mech, but it's still better than Italian, 14 seconds. But what makes this ship works, it has buttloads of guns and it's very maneuverable. The only lack, and I really mean this, guys, the only lack of this cruiser is the range. If, let's say, we're game designed to give her 2 more kilometers, I'm not asking for a lot, this will be by far the best cruiser. Because, I'll explain you why. If buttloads of, let's say, 2-3 enemy battleships are charging in, let's say, going for a cap, with this cruiser you have something really neat about 2 good looking torpedo on each side, so you can drop them, you turn back, you put the other side and you send it. You can create such a good looking torpedo. The battleships might regret their life because they're pushing too hard. You cannot do the same thing with any other cruiser. And let's say if I'm playing Miyoko and I'm very careful to drop the torpedoes and get the hell out of there and put myself a distance. If I see the battleship using the damage con, then I pop my guns and all I need 1 or 2 fires and that battleship is screwed. It's gone. You cannot do this with any cruiser, and that it's a problem. Her AA, it's fantastic, not the best but not the worst. The Miyoko's AA, it's not a joke. You have all tools in the world besides radar, and you can put AA defense or hydro. I do believe of all tier 7 cruiser, this is my pick number 2. Which is the pick number 1? It's actually the Fiji. The Fiji, guys, it's a DPM monster, and even though she lacks in HE, you cannot put anyone on fire, but it's the perfect destroyer killer because it has good concealment, hydro and torpedo, and of some almost the same reason. If there's a smoke and there is a Fiji, if it's there a Belfast and your battleship, you can charge that. This one they can single torp, even though you don't have a lot of torps, but it's a threat. You have more, shall I say, weapons, not just your guns, to deal with battleships. And this is the by far one of the most maneuverable tier 7 ships in this game. I'm talking about for a cruiser. It turns on a dime, and that's the strength about this ship. You can easily disengage. The concealment is fantastic. The DPM is fantastic. And the AA in today's meta, it's not crap. I'm not talking about the US level, because for that US level you have to probably go to New Orleans or Indianapolis. The problem with the New Orleans guys that and the rest of the let's say Indianapolis, it's that also DPM. The DPM it's lacking 14.3 seconds. And guys, I know Indianapolis has radar, and you may argue that you're doing greater job with dealing with destroy, especially if you're behind one island, you surprise them and so on. But the thing is, here's the deal, guys, and this is the kind of a problem with some cruiser. The concealment are so crap versus the maximum range that it's the biggest problem with some ships. And also for the incoming entire, I'm talking about the British heavy cruiser, the tier 7 has very good detection, one of the best heavy cruiser in this game. I'm talking about her detection stock, it's 11 point something kilometers. With concealment expert, with camo and stuff like that, you'll get her way under 9 kilometer. But Wargame decide to nerf the crap of the range, so she will have not any good range whatsoever, and that is the big problem. For the best range of all cruiser in this game at tier 7, you have the Algeria. Even though she's big as a battleship, she's extremely big. You have no issue whatsoever to hit her. In size wise, she's one of the largest cruiser at tier 7, guys. This is how, and she's tall. However, this ship have nasty HE shells and nasty range. Let's talk about her. She's very unique in that regard. She's the only cruiser at tier 7 with close to battleship's range, 17.9. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. The range makes this ship a even better supporter, because even though she probably it's not the best cruiser, but definitely one of the best support cruiser from long range HE spammer, and you can easy disengage if you press the speed boost and get the hell out of there. And of course you also have torpedo. Her AA, what kind of AA she has? 50, so not crazy. Which has the best AA? That's one very good question. 47, okay, the Algeria has better, alright. I'm talking about the number of the AA. Okay, Fiji takes the crown. 58 with my captain's build. Belfast, 67. Okay, never mind, guys. In AA department, Belfast and Fiji of some very strange. What the hell happened with the US? AA 54. You can build with AA, but it's also kind of important, guys. That, I mean, let's talk about the Italian. What kind of AA do you have? It's a damn joke. 39. I mean, if you are an aircraft carrier, go first for the Italian, because they have lacking in AA. I mean, just guys, here's the deal. Just look at this AA amount. I mean, I have 19 points captain, for crying out loud. 39 in AA. Okay, let's go to Belfast. 67. Twice in AA. And this is the stealthiest cruiser in this game, which means that if I press P from the start and I see incoming dive bombers or any planes, I press O instantly when I'm exactly the same second that I be spotted, and I do brrr, brrr, brrr to the planes, and they are disappearing. And you know, when she was released first time, one of the biggest issue with this ship was definitely her AA was garbage. But guys, what I can see right now, I'm just looking at the New Orleans, for crying out loud. 53, what kind of a joke is this? Okay, I understand I don't have the B-hull. Let's put the B-hull. 57. You will not even reach the damn level of AA like Fiji. Not even Fiji's level, because Fiji has 58. So yeah, I don't know, guys, about this power creep nonsense. But guys, without saying too much, it's hard, but if you want a good cruiser line without saying too much, the Fiji, it's by far the best tier 7 cruiser of all cruisers. She fulfilled the role of a cruiser in every regard beside the radar. And then for the second one, I would definitely go for the Japanese, or why not even a French one. The French would like to say overall, let's go to Tech 3. And I really mean what I'm gonna say right now. The French Charles Martel, Saint Louis and Henry are all extremely strong and powerful, guys, because there isn't any stinker. I repeat, the French destroyer does not have a stinker. Literally from tier 6 all the way to tier 10, they have this unique play style and they are all strong. If we go for the Japanese, they are unfortunately one heck of a stinker, in my honest opinion. Ibuki, you cannot angle whatsoever. Ibuki, it's the stinker of the Japanese cruiser line. And of course the crown and the mother of all stealthy, very good guns. And with legendary you can have this beast of a cruiser even better. It's the Zhao. I love the Zhao. I love her, how she moves. She turns on a dime, literally, guys. I really feel that she's very unique play style. And of course the biggest downside with this ship, it's her range. It's lacking range, but then I highly recommend you to go for this special upgrades. This one, it's a must for Exao. Spotting aircraft modification 1. Increase the action time of your spotting aircraft plus 30%. It's a must for the Zhao. So guys, let's go back to the tier 7s. Right? Alright then, let's go back to the Miyoko then. I enjoy the Japanese cruiser line the most, and the British. I don't know about the heavy British cruiser, but I also have these gut feelings, because before we're gonna end this video, I would very much like to talk about what kind of consumable the British will have, guys, and this is kind of important. The new oncoming heavy cruisers from UK. Let's go to modules and upgrades. We have damage count on the first slot. Second slot we have heal, and for the tier 7 we have 0.5% of the HP pull per second, and work time it's 28 seconds, and cooldown it's 120 or 80 seconds with premium one. And for the third you have hydro detection. It's the British destroyer hydro, 3 kilometers in torpedoes and 3 kilometers for the ship. And then guys, on the last spot there is a spotting aircraft, which can increase your range by increase the maximum range by 20%. So yeah, the Brits have 4 slots. The rest of them only have 3, besides UP, Belfast and Indianapolis, both of them radar cruise. No, the Indy also has 3 slots. Yeah. Well, the Brits, they do have 4. That's the gimmick. So instead of smoke, they won't have smoke. They will have the same heal as the Fiji, and for the tier 8s and so on. So they will have super heal from tier 8 and above, the British heavy cruiser. but I do believe it's necessary to have a spotting aircraft because the range is limited, and that's the also reason I'm concerned about the British heavy cruiser, because of this very weird short limitation. I believe, without saying too much, this is weird, guys, what I'm saying right now. Let's talk about the range of this cruiser. 15.4. I do believe the British heavy cruiser have less than 15 kilometers in range, and that it's rough for tier 7 when you're gonna face tier 9s and tier 8s, you know. So let me know in the comment below. I understand you can pop the spotting aircraft and buff your range by 20%, but kind of weird, to be honest with you. So yeah, so there you have it, guys. That's my honestly opinion about the gameplay. I will make a video about how I play my Miyoko and how I play my Italian Gorizia. In the next video you will see me in action, and we can talk about that specific ship. This is overall, I would like to say that the Italian does not fulfill the role of the cruiser. None. You have no potential to stop an enemy push. None. If you have a Miyoko or a French cruiser, that's different story. But in the Italian, yeah, they are, in my honest opinion, fun to play, but not very powerful. So thanks, guys, for watching, and always, captains, fair seas, and goodbye.